the night our eyes changed. Rooms where both the extraordinary and the mundane were lived become forever tortured graves of ash. Oh, you political class, so servile to corporate power.
In West London, this is happening in West London. There is an evacuation process underway. We have no word on the number of people.
In West London, where 12 people have died and many are still missing.
And I see the fire blazing and coming up really fast.
This corporate man slaughter will haunt you, now hear him scream. Words cannot express, please allow me to begin though. 1:30 AM, heard the shouting from my window. People crying in the street, watching the burning of their kinfolk. Grenfell Tower now, historically a symbol.
6 months ago, on the 14th of June, Grenfell Tower went up in flames. And with it, 71 people lost their lives. Entire families were wiped out. Among the dead, a mother was found clutching her baby daughter. But the same questions still remain. How did it happen? Why did it happen? And who is going to be held to account?
How did that happen? Like, how did the whole building go up? Or how did so many people die? How are we watching people burn in the Royal Borough of Kensington?
Grenfell Tower hangs over people here like a charred tombstone, casting its shadow over Britain's richest borough.
It didn't go away for like the first couple of days. Like, you could smell it. It was the cladding, but it was also like that skin burn smell. And like, you know when you burn hair by accident? Like, it was that nasty sort of sits at the back of your throat type smell.
For those that lost loved ones, it's a constant reminder of what happened that night.
A very hard time, and I saw the fire still in front of us, still in common my memory after 6 months, and still when I see the fire, I'm at the tower, I see the fire coming from there. After 11 weeks, and they identify his remain. They couldn't identify his remain. We will stay about another 2-3 weeks or nearly a month until we try to bury him.
The fire started on the 4th floor.
I open the window and I find, a lot of noise, a lot of things, and I saw the fire as well.
Muhammad Hariri managed to escape from the 5th floor.
And never ever, never even believe what's going on in this building. In the early morning, I had a panic attack actually, and I been to the ambulance. They checking my heart, checking my blood and everything. Yeah, and after that, every night, nightmares, because everywhere they talk about Grenfell Tower, talking about what's happening here, every single moment,
The UK government has announced an inquiry into what happened. Protesters and volunteers are no longer on the streets here, but life around Grenfell continues, and the symbols and the struggle to ensure what happened here is not forgotten remain. And when the sun sets on Grenfell, the darkness brings with it a reminder for all.
At night I feel like it's worse. I don't even like looking at it at night too much, because it makes me think too much. When you look out into space and there's 2 stars, and then there's that, I don't know what it's called, but that empty space in between it. So like the blackness, just pure darkness, that's what it's like. It's just, you lose yourself just looking into it, you lose yourself. It's just like, it's just so many emotions, but at the same time, it's just a void.
Families have buried their loved ones, but the calls for justice still remain, and there seems to be little faith in the government's inquiry.
Where is the justice? Where is the justice so far? Nothing. Every 14 of the months they make a walk-in silent walk for the justice, but where is the justice?
Where is Burki Habtoum and her son Barouk? Tell us. Where is Stefan?
Emergency services told residents to stay in their flats. Fahim Mazri spoke to one man stuck on the 23rd floor.
And this young man started asking us what to do. Really and truly I was so confused, I said just pray.
There were warnings though. Residents had raised concerns around safety. There were no sprinklers. There was no integrated alarm system. And the fires spread on the outside of the building because of cheap cladding. Half the families are yet to be given permanent homes. This is the reality of the aftermath of Grenfell. The fire may have long burnt out. The shell of the building is left. But it's what this fire says about Britain and how it treats those that are less well off that will be the lasting legacy of this tragedy.